Thank you, Kirk, for the wonderful insights and the very engaging sessions. I believe that many of us here have also learned a lot from the perspective of the national heritage of Singapore. So the next session is on Wiki Loves Living Heritage. Yay! Wiki Loves Living Heritage is a wiki initiative that pays tribute to the 20th anniversary of the UNESCO 2003 Convention for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage that started in October 2003. In this morning's session, we would like to highlight and celebrate some of the wonderful projects from various communities across the world from this less than 1 year old initiative. So please join me. My name is Alan Ang, a partner manager from Wikimedia Germany, Wikimedia Deutschland, and Susanna from Avion Glam to the stage. Testing.
Good morning. My name is Susanna Ones. I come from Finland, from Avoin Glam, and I'm going to talk to you about this Wiki Loves Living Heritage project. I'm very thankful to be here on the main stage after a wonderful keynote by Kirk, and I'm very, very thankful for the projects and amazed by the activities that are taking place here in Singapore. So, need to learn the tools of the trade. So, Wiki Loves Living Heritage is a project that runs throughout this year in the Wikimedia community. It has been initiated by us together with the European network of focal points in Europe. And the focal points are the organizations such as Kirk's, who manage the inventories and managing the safeguarding of the intangible cultural heritage in the respective countries. And the core of this activity, the Wiki Loves Living Heritage project, is to bring together the Wikimedians, the Wikimedia affiliates, the focal points, and the heritage communities to work together to bring living heritage into Wikimedia projects in the celebration of the 20th anniversary of the UNESCO Convention on Living Heritage. The starting point was to highlight, to give visibility, but throughout the project we will see different ways in which the living heritage can be manifested on the projects. We are all doing the same thing for the same reasons, quoting Liam Wyatt, but in this case, safeguarding and sharing cultural heritage, living heritage. We are halfway through this year, and it is the time to look back at what we have done and to look forward what to do next. So, Wikimedia projects, there's more to Wikimedia than meets the eye. Wikimedia projects are great for showcasing, but they are also amazing for safeguarding living heritage. Language revitalization with the hundreds of languages for both data and content are giving amazing opportunities for small cultures. Open and collaborative knowledge production is also a bottom-up approach of listing and documenting living heritage. And it as well is a great way of supporting these safeguarding practices through these collaborations between these organizations. So here's our recipe for the project. We have these steps, maybe, to connect, create, highlight, share, celebrate, and repeat. Connect with your peers and counterparts, create activities together, highlight the data and the content that has been created and that has been inventoried and shared, and then sharing the ideas and experiences for others to be inspired by, and then go back to the beginning, or continue accumulating knowledge on top of that. So, looking a little bit more closely into each of these steps. When you connect with the way in which we connect, we are thinking the best ways to connect with the different communities. We try to create these Bazaar events, live events, or perhaps also online events where these different communities could come together and share their experiences, learn about each other's ways of working, and then start doing activities together. We have arranged one Bazaar in Europe with different networks, one of them being this European network of focal points, the Wikimedians in Wikimedia affiliates in Europe, as well as then the European Heritage Days community. And here in Wikimania, our Bazaar is a meeting after this event and a roundtable on Friday. I will talk more about that. It would be awesome if you think that you would be in a position to start something, a bazaar or a meeting in your environment, in your continent, in your country, in your thematic network. Think about it. So, to create activities together, we have thought that we are not giving a pre-described way of working in the local environments, but give the freedom to these communities to choose the best ways in which they can do things together. Photo contests have been very popular because it's a very well-known concept in the Wikimedia environment, such as like following in the footsteps of Wiki Loves Folklore, Wiki Loves Africa, Wiki Loves Monuments, and so on. So, and the best, most flamboyant example of this is, of course, the Wiki Loves Living Heritage in Singapore, with well, I don't have the numbers, but an amazing number of contributions from the local youth and communities. In India, Contact Base has started, together with the West Bengal Wikimedians user group, photo contest as well. In Europe, the network of focal points has mobilized their professional networks to start contests in each of the countries. There are contests ongoing at least in Finland, Norway, Belgium, Austria, Armenia. And in India, there are different ways of, different activities also, not only photo contests that can be done. The West Bengal Wikimedians have done a proofreading contest, and the entire text of Gopi Chandra's Panchali has been transcribed and proofread on Bengali Wikisource with around 2,500 footnotes. And yes, and where the Usenet time Sujata is the person to be thanked about. And different walks, tours, workshops are being organized as well. This example is from Austria, where the Austrian Commission for UNESCO, together with Wikimedia Austria, has arranged this Wir machen Blau project to document indigo hand block printing. And there are different kinds of projects ongoing, different workshops, editathons ongoing at least in Germany, Chile, North Macedonia, Albania, and Kosovo, Austria, and Netherlands that we know of. There might be others as well. So, the approach we are taking here is that the data about the heritage elements can be the kind of glue that connects between, for example, Wikipedia articles, the materials on commons, the entries in the inventories and such. So we're taking data seriously here. So the data comes from three main sources. One of them being the UNESCO lists and registers, The second one being the inventories in those 181 member states, but we are not limiting to inventories in the UNESCO system. Other lists and registers in the living heritage space are just as welcome. And also, not to limit to listed cultural heritage, we also invite people to nominate the kind of heritage they would like to see being part of this, this project and pages. So here is an example of the Indonesian page on the Wiki Loves Living Heritage site. You can see this is all drawn from Wikidata, and you will see the different data that it links to, and the way in which the different the translated versions appear. So this data is also then available in the, well, is it like 700 and more languages? Or like possibly that the Wikimedia environment supports. The Indonesian community has done a lot of work here. So the data has been initially in Indonesian language, and they have translated these labels into English in order for them to be more easily translated into other languages, and added images and such. Yes. There are also, well, yes, I was going to say that not necessarily the Indonesian inventories have not systematically been imported into Wikidata yet, at least, but these are items that existed in Wikidata already, that they have been identified as being part of these lists. So in a way, we already have much of this information. So, and here's another data visualization. You see the gray areas are places where we haven't identified the official lists. The light blue ones are where we have, but they have not been added to Wikidata. The darker blue ones are places where, or countries, where they have been added to Wikidata, and the yellow bubbles are the amount of elements, these heritage elements, these dances and crafts and such, that have been added from those lists, or like that they are linked in Wikidata. So there are many countries who are already working on these inventories, especially, well, the big bubble is, of course, Spain. There are, let me see, there are 23 out of 38 inventories in Spain, because there are regional ones as well, and altogether 1,890 elements on those lists. And yes, and user Olea is very much responsible for this body of work. Activities and collaborations around data are also ongoing in Armenia, India, Indonesia, Moldova, Serbia, Latvia, Germany, Austria, Ireland, Belgium, Netherlands, Finland, Norway, and Ghana, of what we know. So this is a snapshot from the statistics on Wikimedia projects, that it's affecting the number of articles beautifully. And this is the growth of the number of articles related to living heritage over the course of this project. Well, of course, it's partly because they have been identified more, and partly maybe because there have been more articles written. And what we see is that the biggest growth has happened in Turkish. The fastest grower is Armenian, and the most articles have been written in French, and they are still leading. Let's see, is it going to be a race? So maybe not the last, but the fourth step is to share the learnings and to inspire others. What we have is a section on the website, which is on Meta. It's funny to call Meta a website, but it is. There are pages to share your learnings in different formats. We have how-to articles, we have best practices, and blog posts. And there are also events that we have organized. This one was in the spring together with the Creative Commons Working Group on the Ethics of Open Sharing, Let's Connect, and Wikimedia Culture and Heritage, about the specific questions relating to the ethics when sharing data openly, and ways in which we can tackle them in the future, and specifically in the Wikimedia environment, which is mainly considering the copyright issues, but maybe not finding nuanced ways of sharing information. So coming up is an event with Let's Connect, as well as then in the Swiss Glam Hack, together with local contexts who do the traditional knowledge labels. We have some kind of program planned for that. We are still planning. So how would you want to join? As a Wikimedia contributor, you would best team up with your affiliates so that you can then team up with these focal points and organizations so that it supports partnerships in the long run. Or you can join volunteer teams on the website, and we have weekly meetings as well, online every week. This week we didn't. So, groups and organizations. We have a page on Meta, on these pages, where you find contacts of the Wikimedia affiliates, or the Wikimedia affiliates can find the contacts of the respective NGOs or focal points, the ones that we have listed, to make contact and to share your data and expertise. And then here at Wikimania, please stay after this session, like at the back of the ground hall, to see how we can proceed further. But we also have booked a roundtable on Friday, this was Friday, August 18th, 4:45, room 324. Where I'm inviting everyone who is interested in maybe creating these local events or thinking about like how to go on from this, like in the long run, and so on. You can this shortened URL is going to take you to the specific page on the Wiki Loves Living Heritage site. And you can always email us as well. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you to all our speakers. For all the people in the room, we're going to have a break for the next 15 minutes and we'll come back for the next session. Thank you very much.